seconds left to go in the game, and knotted at 67s, Bill Yackel.
Boy, and what a game this has been. It's been back and forth and up and down, and a game of runs and spurts. And it's all knotted up, 67 apiece. Bevill State has the ball, Scott, in a critical situation. And they may hoist a three.
Well, there's no question in my mind that they're either going to have, they're going to get the ball into Marcus Tyree's hands, and he's going to look inside for one of a dozen different people that they can work the ball inside to. But I think Tyree is the one they want handling the basketball, just like Danville would want Corey Fox handling the ball.
And Tyree has been doing a great job all night of penetrating. Scotty's going to penetrate, look to get the defense to draw, and then dish it to an open man. John Spezia might elect to go to his three-point defense, clogging up the lane a little bit, maybe daring Bevill State to pull the trigger.
We'll see what the two coaches have in store. We're tied at 67s, 18 seconds left to go here in the game. Or do I dare say left in regulation?
Well, we saw in the earlier game a team having difficulty inbounding the ball. The Jaguars may look to apply some defensive pressure. Bevill State in a stack formation.
And they'll line up on the left side of their forecourt. The inbound will come to Caffey up top. 16 seconds left to go in the game. He rolls to the right-hand side, feeds to Tyree. Tyree with 10 seconds to go in the game. Gives it back to Caffey. Caffey with 6, with 5, gives the ball to Jones. Jones finds an opening in the paint, shoots, blocks, and is there a whistle? There's a whistle on the play. There's a whistle on the play. Was it before or after the buzzer? It is after the buzzer, and we're going to overtime. Tied at 67s. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back for the start of overtime. You're listening to the National Junior College Athletic Association Division II Men's Basketball National Tournament Radio Network. .67s on the scoreboard, Bill Yackel, and we are headed to overtime.
What a huge defensive stand that time by the Jaguars. Credit Brian Russell, Mike Souter, Eric Summers, the rest of the guys really played some outstanding on the ball and team help defense on that possession.
As we begin the overtime, Bevill State has the basketball off the tip. They'll work it to the top. Caffey with the basketball. Goes to the right-hand side, Tyree to Howard. Howard out beyond the perimeter, now gives to Stepford. Stepford to the left-hand side, Caffey from 3, and it is no good. And it hit the top of the basket, and that is deemed out of bounds, and Danville will get the ball back.
2 stops in a row, each possession becomes ever more critical in an overtime.
Fox with the basketball for Danville, 4:40 left to go in the overtime. Across the midcourt strike. Off to the right-hand side, he'll dribble the basketball. Outside the paint, stops, looks for help, goes to Russell. Russell now to Fox. Inside to Summers. Summers looking around, can't find anybody, comes to Russell. Russell down low, gets it inside to Sanders. Sanders back out to Russell. Free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound by Bevill State. On the outlet pass, they give to Caffey. Caffey up the floor on the alley-oop, batted away by Russell, but right to Stepford, inside to Jones, and out top to Tyree from 3, and it's good.
Can't if Tyree looks like that, he'll knock that down. Or might.
26 points for Tyree, 70-67. The lead belongs to Bevill State. 3:50 to go in overtime. Fox to Sanders. Sanders in the paint. Pulls up, shoots, off the back, no good. Rebound, picked up by Danville. Quick feed. Summer stops, fake, shoots, scores. 19 points by Summers. Bevill State up by 1, 70-69 to the left-hand side. A three by Stepford, missed. Rebound inside, loose on the floor, and it's picked up by Fox. 2-on-2, Fox up the floor, stops, pops, scores. Danville goes up by 1. 71-70. 3:16 to go in the overtime. Caffey with the ball to the right-hand side. Bounce pass in the corner. Howard, 18-footer is good. Howard with 14 points. John Spezia wants a timeout. Nobody from Danville has seen it. Now they do. Fox was driving to the lane, and we get a timeout. And we'll take it as well. 2:59 left to go in the overtime. 72-71, and they're going to call it a 20. So we'll keep it here. 72-71. The lead belongs to Bevill State.
3 of the first 4 shots Bevill State has attempted have been three-pointers. They've connected on 1 of them. Overall, they're 2 of 4 from the field. Meanwhile, the Jaguars 2 of 4 from the field as well, but those are all 2-point field goals.
2:59 remaining in the overtime. Bevill State up by 1. Scoring leaders in the contest for the Bears of Bevill State. Marcus Tyree with 26 points. For Danville, Eric Summers, 19 points. Danville will inbound over on the left-hand side. They work to Fox. Fox up top with the basketball. Double team. Dribbles and dumps to Munlin. Munlin back to Fox. Fox top of the key at the free throw line. Pushes off and gives to Munlin. Munlin back to Fox. Fox on the drive. Pulls up, shoots, won't go. Brady tip, won't go. Rebound by Souter. The putback won't go, but the tip by Brady will. 4 different tips, and Brady finally got one to go. 73-72, Danville up by 1. 2:28 left to go here in the game. Off to the right side. Tyree from 3. Missed it. Rebound by Brady for Danville. Brady on the outlet gives it to Fox. Danville up by 1 with 2:18 left to go in the overtime. Fox across the midcourt stripe. In between the circles. Looks to the left. Rolls to the right. Pulls up. Shoots. It is good.
He's been the clutch player all year, Scott. Region 24 MVP. And he hits a big bucket there off a pull-up.
Stepford with the basketball. Rolls into the paint. Pulls up. Shoots. Scores. And he's going to be fouled on the floor. The bucket is good, and Brady is going to be called for the foul. So Danville's 3-point lead quickly diminishes down to 1, and a chance to tie at the line for Stepford.
What a move by Stepford. Took it right up the gut of the Jaguar defense. Took it strong, got the hoop in the harm.
That was a gutsy move.
Again, situation where it could have been called a charge or a block. I think that time again, officials right on top of it. Clearly a block. Great move that time by Stepford.
Stepford at the line now to try to tie the game. 75-74, Danville up by 1. The free throw by Stepford is no good. The rebound by Bevill State. Jones with the ball. Gives it up top to Higgs. Higgs now works it off. To the left-hand side, Caffey. Caffey with the basketball. Trying to get it into Jones. Does so on the bounce pass. He drives, shoots, blocked by Souter, but he's fouled. And now he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's a tough call that time. Souter obviously outquicked that time by Jones. Thought he played pretty good position defense. Had his hand up and blocked the shot. Nevertheless, the official calls the foul. Jones is heading to the line.
Jones at the charity stripe. He has 4 points. The first free throw is good, and we're tied at 75s. 1:40 left to go in the game. Tied at 75s. We're in overtime. We were knotted at 67s at the end of regulation. Second free throw by Jones. This one is up. It is good. 6 points for Tony Jones, and with that, Bevill State is up by 1.
One trademark of great players, Scott, is they come through in clutch situations. Jones has been pretty quiet all game, leading scorer for the Bears, and he comes up with 2 huge free throws in a clutch situation.
Munlin with the ball on the cross court to Fox for Danville. They give to Summers, underneath to Souter. Souter on the cross court to Munlin from 3. No good. Rebound underneath by Bevill State, and we've got a jump ball. And the possession arrow belongs to Danville.
What we're seeing right now, Scott, a lot of the long shots, the three-pointers are coming up short. This has been a very physically and emotionally taxing ball game. We're in the first overtime, and the teams are a little bit tired.
1:25 left to go in the game. Danville will inbound the basketball. Danville trails by 1, 76-75. Munlin works the ball to Sanders, underneath to Summers. Summers on the baseline, works the Fox. He'll fire the 3. Good!
That's supreme confidence right there. Corey Fox with another big answer for the Jaguars.
Bevill State with the ball to the left-hand side. Stepford up top, gives it to Caffey. 1:04 left to go in overtime. 78-76. Danville with the lead. Bevill State with the ball, and Jones gets the bucket on the turnaround.
Again, Jones quiet all game. He's got 4 straight points for the Bears, and they've all been critical.
Fox up top, tied at 78. 50 seconds to go in the game. Munlin with the basketball to the right-hand side. Stops and now feeds up top. Gives to Fox. Fox works it underneath. The shot won't go. Summers with the rebound. The putback no good. This time the tip controlled by Bevill State, and up the floor they come. Stepford to Tyree. Tyree to Stepford. Stepford to Caffey. 30 seconds to go in the game. And now Bevill State will have a shot at the end. They'll work it upstairs to Stepford. Stepford off to the right-hand side. There is half a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Caffey rolls to the left-hand side. Wants a timeout. We'll keep it here. 10 seconds remain in the game, and we're tied at 78.
Almost an identical situation to the end of regulation. The score was tied. The Bears with the chance to win the game. Jaguars came up the first time with the defensive stop. On the offensive end, though, Eric Summers with a point-blank opportunity couldn't connect on a layup. Big opportunity missed there by the Jaguars, and the Bears hope to capitalize.
Well, we talked about it before, who the go-to guy would be, and we said then the ball handler would be Tyree. I don't see a lot changing here.
No question about it. He's been huge tonight for the Bears. Whenever they needed something, he was there providing the answer, be it a long 3, a pull-up jumper, or making a dish that led to an easy basket. And Jones has been big here, too, in the last couple minutes.
And I was going to mention that at the end of regulation, Bevill State really trying to get the ball inside to Jones, even though he had had 4 points for the game up to that point. Since then, he scored 4 more points in the overtime. I've got to think they're looking for him again.
Well, I think they were trying to exploit a mismatch there. They had Mike Souter on Jones. Jones definitely a little bit quicker than Souter. DACC has counted. They bring in Brady, a little bit more quickness on the interior.
10 seconds to go. We're tied at 78. The inbound by Bevill State will come across the floor to Tyree. Tyree to Caffey with 9, with 8. Caffey will move the offense to the paint. Pulls up, blocked by Munlin, and he's going to be called for the foul. Munlin is going to be called for the foul. That'll be a 2-shot foul. It's a second on Munlin. And now Caffey will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
The home crowd didn't like that call. Thought Munlin had all bad, but once again, there's Tyree creating, doing what he does best, penetrating and making scoring opportunities for his ball club.
First free throw on the way. Caffey with a deep side. Puts the ball in the air, and it is no good off the front of the rim. No good off the front of the rim.
Coach Spezia elects not to utilize a timeout here and try to, well, he's going to do it. He's going to try to ice him. He wants him to think about it a little bit more, and during the whole timeout, Tyree is going to be thinking about the missed free throw.
Well, and of course you can debate all the mind games you want to. I'm not so sure. I wouldn't want him to go right back to the free throw line with it fresh in his mind that he just missed one. Now he's got a chance to go over, think about something else. take another deep breath and head back to the line.
Well, the other thing, Coach John Spezia wants to set up his offensive strategy. He's talking right now. Okay, if he misses, here's what we do. We call a timeout, or we get it down the court, call a timeout, or maybe they set up their offensive play. If he hits, you definitely have to have your offensive unit prepared for a long pass. We've seen it in the NCAA tournament. It's not impossible. Bryce Drew from Valparaiso with a miracle shot. You never know.
And I was thinking, with the women's tournament game, the way it worked out, if 0.8 seconds is enough time to get down the floor and shoot a good shot, then 4 seconds would be a lifetime. But Danville will have time on a made or missed free throw attempt. Obviously, if it's missed, then it's not as critical. We just go back and play 5 more minutes of basketball if they can't get something to drop. If Caffey gets this, it becomes a completely different story. We're tied at 78. 4 seconds left to go in overtime. The free throw by Caffey is good. Danville is going to take the timeout. Caffey got the free throw. He's got 4 points, and now Bevill State leads by 1, 79-78. Let's run down the scorers for you. First of all, for the Bears, Higgs with 2, Tyree with 26, Caffey with 4, Alums with 2, Stepford with 7, Wilson 5, Howard 14, Jones 8, Fisher 8, and Thomas 3. For Danville, Fox with 13, Munlin 7, Wright 2, Sanders 16, Russell 5, Summers 19, Brady 8, Souter 1, and Mundy 7.
Well, the play right now they're designing, I'm sure, Corey Fox is somehow going to be involved. He's hit a lot of game-winning shots for the Jaguars this year. He's definitely been their clutch player down the stretch. So I look for the Jaguars to get the ball in his hands and let him see if he can create.
The Jaguars will come out. Summers will inbound the basketball. Munlin is checking with the officials to see if they can run the baseline. At midcourt, you have Brady in the middle, Sanders on the left, and Fox on the right. The officials are telling Summers he can roll the baseline. Bevill State up by 1 with 4 seconds to go. They're going to inbound the ball to Fox. Fox up the floor, takes it on the layup, and in, Fox away! Bevill State wins it on the block at the buzzer. Bevill State wins it on the block at the buzzer. 79-78, Bevill State has won it on a blocked shot right at the buzzer. Corey Fox got the inbound, drove down the floor, and had what everybody thought was going to be a wide open layup, and yet the block from behind went off of the glass and towards half court, and Bevill State comes away with a 1-point 79-78 overtime victory. Well, you don't ask for ball games better than that, Bill Yackel. It was hard fought on both ends. You know, you can pull out the old cliches, and certainly the most appropriate one is you hate to see either team lose, and you knew one would have to when it all was said and done. And for John